Do you ever find yourself needing a card fast? Hi, I'm Jess from JessCrafts.com, and I'm here to help you make the most of your crafty supplies and time. So let's get making. Today I want to show you a sketch that will help you to make some really fast cards, particularly if you take advantage of papers like this one that are from Echo Park. It's from a 6x6 paper pad called Hip Hip Hooray, where they include these 3x4 cut-aparts on the 6x6 paper. This particular pattern paper has a few different papers that have those 3x4 cut-aparts. So I picked which one I thought was best suited for this particular sketch, and I will share some ideas probably for the other ones in the future. But I am going to take advantage of that 3x4. If you don't have these kind of papers where this is already done for you, it still creates a large 3x4 piece of patterned paper as your focal point, which I like because it gives you plenty of room for a sentiment, large embellishment, something from your stash. So I am using 6x6 paper busting template number 53. There are 60 ideas in all for 6x6 cards and A2 paper at jesscrafts.com and in the Etsy shop. Some of the templates are only available in the Etsy shop like this one, but I will be really clear with the measurements so that you can follow along without purchasing the templates. So let's take a look at the cutting measurements. When using tools like paper trimmers, please follow all manufacturer's safety instructions. We're going to start by cutting off the branding strip. You want to make sure that you don't cut off anything extra so that you have as much of the 6x6 paper to work with as possible. Then, once you've got to that 6x6 size, I'm going to cut off my 3x4 inch cut aparts. Now, here I am going to pay careful attention to where the design actually ends, which may be a little more or less than 4 inches exactly. So rather than focusing only on the measurement, however, if you are using like just a full patterned paper, you would make sure you just cut off that measurement at 4 inches. And then so that piece that is now 6x4 inches, I will cut to 3 inches. Again, prioritizing where I see the design end rather than necessarily the exact measurements. If I get a little bit of extra of one design onto the other piece, I can just trim that down. These small measurements won't be too problematic. So if like I've made it just, you know, 1/8 of an inch smaller or something, I'll still use the same size mats. Okay, and then I have this piece remaining that is 2x6 inches. And so the other important measurement from the sketch, in addition to the 3x4, is 3/4 of an inch by 2. So I'm going to cut 3/4 of an inch pieces off of this. I'm also going to use 1/4 inch mats later, so you'll need to pay attention to those measurements if you do not have the sketch. So I'm going to cut 3/4 of an inch off of this 6-inch piece. So taking it from 6 to 5 1/4 to 4 1/2 to 3 3/4, and so on until I have cut the entire piece into 3/4 inch wide strips. Next up, I'm going to cut the mats, and I always like to make my mats 1/4 inch bigger, or I would say almost always on my sketch calls for every once in a while I have to adjust it. So my 3x4 inch piece will get a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inch mat, and my 3/4 by 2 inch piece will get a 1 by 2 1/4 inch mat. I like to go to my scraps first, and so I have this piece that is 3 1/2 by 8 1/2. I need 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, so if I take this to 3 1/4, I am left with quite a small strip there, but I can always turn that into fake foam tape. And then I can cut this in half to 4 1/4, and I will have both of the mats, the larger mats that I need. These large mats are also great for cutting things out of the middle, like if you want to cut a sentiment or like just a shape, because we probably won't need it on like this particular card. Kind of has my sentiment included, but for a future card, I might want to just have like something like a banner is very useful to have on hand, or like a circle, something like that. So then I will go back to my scraps and see if I can use any of them to create the other mats that I need. That is less than 2 1/4, so I don't think that's a good fit. But this one is 4 inches, so cutting it to 2 1/4 is not the most efficient, but it will still use some of the scraps. So if I cut that to 2 1/4, and then I can cut 1 inch pieces off of it. So it looks like it's a about 4.5. Get it to a nice even measurement there. And then cut some 1-inch strips. I'm going to need 4 of the small mats for each card, and I am going to need 1 of the large mats for each card. What's nice about this is if you do create this and you're making it for this sort of last minute situation, because it does make a great last minute card, you'll have 2 of them. So then the next time that you need a birthday card or whatever card you have made, you're going to be able to just have 1 ready to go. So we are going to mat the pieces on the cardstock. I did not use the designs on the front. I took advantage of this being double-sided paper. If you did not have double-sided paper, you would still be able to make this design in the case of a like full patterned paper. But here where there was that kind of, there's like a strip at the top that had a bunch of designs, it looks a little bit awkward, admittedly. So this probably wouldn't have worked without double-sided paper. And then to finish the cards today, I'm going to take each of these 3/4 by 2-inch strips, which are placed on mats, and then place them in the corner of my A2 sized card, and place my 3x4 in the center, and my card will be complete. If you come across a paper pad like this where they have some of these 3x4 cards, I would consider just making a few of them when you first get the pack of patterned paper, because then you will have a little stash of cards going. You will have used some of the patterned paper rather than trying to, something I've kind of fallen into is always waiting for like the perfect sketch, the perfect time, the perfect whatever, and then not using up as much of my paper. So making some of these fast cards when I have paper that works well for them can be a great stash building and a way to make sure that I'm using some of that paper that I'm purchasing. So that is it for my 2 cards today. If you found this video helpful, here's another video where you can find more ideas for enjoying your crafty time and supplies. Let me know you like this video with a share to your crafty community. Subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss the next template or tutorial, and check the video description for product links. See you in the next video.